Hey everyone, it's Aladdin here with the Chase DA Sports Handicapping YouTube channel. And we're back with tennis, and I'm with my friend John here. Classic, he knows more about tennis than I do. But I'm just going to lay down a few facts, and then I'm going to let him just take the role on this match here. Because this is a steamer match right here, a great match. So starting out with Alcaraz, they got him at about 3-1 favorite. Alcaraz, he's only dropped one set in the tourney, but so has Ruud. Only one set. Alcaraz, he's 10-2 in finals in his career, and he's 17-2 in the 2022 season. And he holds a 1-0 head-to-head against Ruud. That was on clay in Marbella last year. And finally, Alcaraz holds a 10-7 record against top 10 players, while Ruud holds an 18-26 head-to-head against top 10 players. Ruud has won his last 6 finals, though, but all those 6 finals have been 250 events, much, much smaller than this, like a Masters 1000, which this event is. So I'm going to let John take the helm here and just let him get going.
All right, so this is first of all just going to be an amazing match. I think we both can agree on that.
Definitely.
Both these guys have been playing. I think I texted you last night. Well, I think it was last night. Where if you were to tell me last year that Alcaraz and Ruud would be in the finals of a Masters 1000 on hard court, I would have laughed in your face. I mean, it's mind blowing that it's happening. I mean, granted, these courts are playing in their favor, very slow, and some players have been complaining about it or noticing it. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Both these guys their level this tournament has been insane. So, I mean, getting into it, there's one bet that I think, I mean, I can't pick a side on this. It's Alcaraz or nothing, really, but he's 3-1, so it's insane that guy's minus 300 in the final. Can't fade him, but there is a bet that Bovada has been offering, and I'm sure other books have been offering it throughout the tournament. It's a prop, but it's on the service props, and did some crunching of numbers for this. So, what happened to my mic? Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You okay?
Yeah. Unplug. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good
All
now.
right, so,
I can hear you much better.
okay, yeah. So, Alcaraz, this tournament is his hold percentage on serves is 79.2, so roughly 80% he's holding, which is very good. But what's even more mind-blowing is Ruud's. He is holding 93.5% of his games. So it's just not even fair that someone like him is able to hold 93.5%, and it's just the player he played, in my opinion. I think Zverev is top 5 returner in the world. You can argue any position, like any spot in that, but I think his return game is really, his serve's been helping him a lot, but his return game really is good. And the second set was a little iffy, got broken twice, but the 2 sets he won, he did not get broken at all. I don't think he had a break point in the third set, if I'm right.
He also took a medical timeout before that third set, and I thought for sure he would retire from the match or he would just get steamrolled. And he played the best set maybe of the whole tournament.
Yeah, and the first set was also mind-blowing. He didn't miss a beat, and it was crazy. But, so like I was saying, on Bovada, they offer total breaks of serve. You can over or under on it. They got the line at 4.5. It is minus 155 for the under, but I really don't see how this doesn't hit.
This is in match props. I'm looking on Bovada.
It's under service props, all the way on the far right.
Got it. So I'm just trying to show everyone here. Over under total breaks of serve, and you're saying under.
I think under. If you're looking for value, like it's so hard to pick someone at 3-1 in a final. Ruud's gonna come out there. I mean, the only edge I give to Ruud, I give him two really. Is the major one is experience. He's just a lot more. He's played a lot more. He's been on tour longer. He's played a lot more bigger tournaments. And this is Alcaraz's like first actual breakthrough year. Last year he was on the Challengers like 10 months ago, I think it was actually. So, I mean, but you could never tell that guy. I mean, you would never know. He's only 18 years old and just started playing on tour because he looks like he's a veteran and he just doesn't let the big stage get to him no matter what. I mean, that match against Rafa where it was 80, not actually, but like basically 80-mile-an-hour winds and just literally not even a tennis match where you would think that would favor someone like Rafa. He was able to come back and win a set after losing the first and really cause problems in that third set too. And it was, I mean, just for him to do that is insane. And his match against Tsitsipas this tournament where he down 5-2 and then fired off 5 straight games. I mean, Tsitsipas looked so lost out there after that first break, after the 5-2 when he came to 5-4, and then it went 7-5 eventually. It was just insane how much Alcaraz was dictating the points. And I just think Ruud has a better first serve than Alcaraz, which is pretty evident in the numbers and just kind of if you watch it. Alcaraz isn't one to fire off many aces, not like, and I don't think Ruud will necessarily either, and I don't think he's, a big server. But if you look at the Hurkacz match yesterday versus Alcaraz, there were 0 breaks, very minimal break points, and obviously Herc is 10 times the server Ruud is, but more so, a guy like Alcaraz, you got to set up points. You're not going to out-hit. You're not out-hitting him. You got to set up these points with your big first serve, which Ruud has, pretty big first serve, and then set it up with your forehand and backhand after that. And that's what he's going to have to do on his serves, and he probably knows that. No one's out-hitting Alcaraz right now. Literally no one. The guy is hitting the ball 110-plus miles an hour winners, backhand and forehand. It's insane.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I was just gonna say, you mentioned that Nadal match, and that was just like, with all the conditions and the way that Nadal's form was, it's just like, I mean, who else is playing like that on tour? Because I felt like, I mean, it's just insane how. I mean, we both said that was one of like the best matches we've seen in a long time, and
Alcaraz has actually been.
I definitely
Making me sweat
understand
a lot.
why he's the favorite in this match, but I don't think he should be 3-1. And
Yeah, and
I think both
like
these guys have incredible return games too. I'm sorry if you already touched up on that, but especially like Alcaraz, man, that guy's return game is just fantastic.
it is really good, and that's where you're going to get a little. I mean, this match can be pretty one-sided, where Alcaraz can go out there and win 2 sets, which I mean, bookies are favoring that, and that he's going to do it in pretty easy fashion, as he's a 3.5 game spread too. But it's just, I don't get it. Ruud has been serving, like I said, lights out. I don't expect him to stop this final match where it's been winning him matches and he knows that. And like I've been touching up on it, you're not out hitting Alcaraz. You're just not. I don't care who you are. Only person is Djokovic. I'll stand by that. He's the only person that will actually go point for point. But even then, the guy gets around the court faster than everyone. And I was watching one of the matches with JD, another guy who does the UFC videos on here sometimes. We were watching an Alcaraz match, and he's been getting more into tennis. And he was just in awe. Not even the points that Alcaraz was winning or even hitting the ball back in. Just the fact that he was able to get to some of these and just, like, hit him. Like, get his racket on him was just insane.
Yeah,
And it's just...
I swear we were watching one of the matches. It might have been did he play Monfils or someone like that a few weeks ago, and he like just demolished him. And in some of the points, I remember we were on Discord and we were just saying like, dude, how? Like how? Like just how is he getting it?
7-5, 6-1.
Yeah, that second set was embarrassing. I remember that. But
So yeah, it's just like, I mean, it's a guy you can't fade. Playing with utmost confidence. That match against Hercash was a very Hercash did have break points at 5-all to
for,
go up 6-5 in that second set.
first time I've seen
And
Herc throw his racket.
yeah, and then he gave a big fist bump too when he won those points. He was getting pretty emotional out there. I think he knew he had to because the crowd is very pro Alcaraz, and I don't see them much backing Ruud in this one. I mean, you're in Miami and you're talking about a guy from Spain. I mean, they've got fans there.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, it's been evident. The match against Kesmanovic, the whole atmosphere, the crowd. I mean, that was the quality of tennis that match was with the literal zero drama in there. Like no bullshit, no nothing like outside factors.
There
Like
was literally
that,
zero drama in that match, zero
literal.
fluff.
Yeah, so it was just, and I'm just still in awe by some of those points Alcaraz. The 15-30 at 5-6 in the third set, he was serving 15-30, hits the best touch volley I've ever seen. I mean, it bounces at his feet, and he just sticks his racket down there, picks it, it goes right over the net. I mean, he misses that, it goes 15-40, double match point for Kesmanovic, and I mean, who knows where that goes. And then in the breaker, down 5-3, Kesmanovic had a little hiccup, hit a forehand into the net, and then Alcaraz just took advantage of that, served it out.
Oh, that match point.
6-5, and then
That match point.
He was a cheetah. I mean, he just got to the ball, and if you watch the replay of how he gets to the ball, it looks, if you're watching it live, it looks like he gets there pretty late and like just gets it. But no, on that slow-mo replay from the side angle, he gets there with all the time in the world, and like he got the ball like halfway on its way down. It was just like
That's why that volley was so good. It was so deep, so like
yeah,
Kesmanovic was just he just knew it was over right when that thing hit the ground.
yeah, and right, he was just like praying that guy wouldn't get there, but he'd been getting him to all match. This guy's just like you said, the Nadal match was one of the best matches ever, or not ever, but in recent time of a best of three. That Kesmanovic match, in my opinion, is right up there. I mean, he's obviously not in the tournament anymore, but I think Kesmanovic, I've been pretty high on him this year ever since the whole Australian Open ordeal where he was supposed to play Novak first round. Obviously, that situation, and he went on a run to the just before, what do you go, round of 16?
I think it was fourth round.
I don't know. Fourth round, yeah. Fourth round, I think it was. So, I mean, farther than anyone is expecting him to, and then back-to-back semifinalists at Indian Wells. Semis at Indian Wells and Miami. Just insane.
Yeah, definitely.
For who he is.
And where he was playing last year, because he definitely had some bad losses, but I think he's in his best form ever, for sure, right now.
Yeah, well, I think the main thing is, I don't know if you know his coach, is Nalbandian. So
Yep, I saw him at the matches, and I was like, dude, where have I recognized that guy? And I looked it up, and I was like, dude, that's Nalbandian. But
it's his coach. So
and he's an IMG guy too, so that he got some good training there.
Yeah, his serve really was impressive, but I mean, it's not the Kesmanovic show anymore. He did get taken out by Alcaraz, so like I was saying, I just think the best bet, if you were to look at one from a side, is the under 4.5 breaks. They had the same exact line yesterday for the Hercash match, which is a joke. Ended at 0. So,
and there, like you said, there was only like 4 or 5 break points faced in the entire match.
Yeah, and granted, I mean, and I can't express enough, two completely different players in Ruud and Hercash. I mean,
definitely.
One guy, big serve, relies on a big forehand. Ruud, pretty big serve, decent forehand, but obviously way better ground strokes and baseline play than Hercash.
I'm about to say, super topspin and Herc is really flat, especially on the backhand side.
Yeah, so it was. It'll be a fun one. I think it'll be closer than the. It can be a lot closer than the odds entail. I mean, Ruud's been that guy all week, and I just think like it's so neck and neck between these guys. Like here's another thing. Alcaraz, and so in the last 2 years between these guys, not like for these guys, Alcaraz is 26-10, just overall record on hard court, and Ruud's 24-8. So it's like both these guys aren't missing a beat. They're just playing really well. And then just their last 2 seasons as a full record, every surface, Alcaraz is 65-21, and Ruud is 70-20. So it's like, how do you? These guys are just so neck and neck.
Yeah,
They're both playing in the finals for their first one. I mean, utmost confidence for these guys, and
like I said
for a
earlier,
good match.
yeah, like I hope for a good match. I hope it's not a steamroller, but I
Yeah,
I definitely agree he should be the favorite, like I said. But 3-1 is a little too much, I think, and I think your play is solid. The under 4.5, was it 4.5 or 3.5?
4.5 is what they're
4.5. Okay, I think that's a
laying right
solid
now.
play.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's one of those matches where it could have a lot of breaks, but I really don't think Alcaraz will get broken much. The guy, his serve is just actually everything's just been so good that he'll just. I just think he's both these guys aren't going to want to get broken. I think they know with the way that both these guys have been serving. I mean, I'm not the only one to know these numbers. Their coaches have these numbers. Their team has them. They know Alcaraz's team knows Ruud's serving 93%. He's holding 93% of the time, and Ruud's team knows Alcaraz is doing it 80% of the time. So they know, hey, you get that break, you back it up, you're looking good. So I don't think they're gonna be giving in many breaks and really trying. I mean, they're obviously gonna try every point, but I really think they're gonna be focusing on holding serve.
Yeah, definitely, and I agree with that wholeheartedly, and I think just definitely just don't. I don't want to say don't bet on Rude. If you really think he's gonna win, bet on him by all means. But I just think, like you said, fading Alcaraz right now, it's like you're gonna be really mad when he dominates. Like if he just wins like 2-4,
Yeah.
and you're just gonna be like, you knew he was gonna do that.
Yeah, I posted a tweet yesterday. It's the GIF of a guy putting on a clown mask, and I captioned it how I feel thinking Hercash will be Alcaraz. You feel like a clown. You just do. Granted, it was a very close match, and 7-6, 7-6, anyone's match. But it's just like you said, you'll be so mad if you fade that guy because you can't. You literally cannot fade him.
Yeah, unfadable, and I don't want to say unbackable at his price here, but definitely I just think the way these guys are serving, a 4 games -3.5 with juice on it is just maybe not the best play.
Yeah, but it could very easily end, 6-4.
Exactly,
Yeah,
like we said,
6-3,
yeah.
6-4, like one go break each way. I just really think the way the pricing on this and the number of 4.5 breaks, bookies are favoring Alcaraz to win 2-0. You're not getting 5 breaks in 2 sets. You're just not.
Yeah,
We're not on clay.
I agree.
We're in a finals of a hardcore tournament where these guys are serving. It's probably Ruud's best service tournament. It's got to be. That number blew me away when I when I hit enter on my calculator and I saw it come up as 93, and I was like, "Holy!"
It blew me away when you said it.
Yeah, so
I,
that's what I'd be rocking with as
yeah,
my play of the match for that one.
I'm gonna agree with you on this one, and like I said, just don't fade Alcaraz. It's gonna be the main thing to end this video off with. But
Yeah,
other than
and then
that,
also did you see just a little side note? You see Isner complete the men's sunshine double
that was clutch.
doubles.
Him and her catch.
Uh, Hey, that team is unfair.
Well, I'm glad her catch won something.
Yeah. What do you think he would have done? Just a little quick thing. If he had beaten Alcaraz, do you think he would have pulled out of the doubles?
I don't know.
See that? I was talking about that with someone the other day, and I was like, you can't really screw your teammate over like that.
Well,
In Isner with what he's playing for.
I'm about to say,
But you
especially because
can't gas
yeah,
the final.
that would be ham to Isner. to literally screw
Yeah,
him out of a sunshine double.
but then you play imagine you play a long doubles match the day before. You got to go play a final for singles.
It
You're
just
not gonna be.
sucks. It sucks either way.
Yeah, which it's like it sucks to be in
Maybe that
that
was
good
in
of
the
a
back of
spot,
his
right?
head. I don't know when he was playing Alcaraz.
Yeah, but I think he was very happy to get that doubles win today, so I was happy.
Yeah, that's awesome for him. But to end this video off, I really want to appreciate and thank everyone for the last video. Absolutely killed it. Most viewed video on the channel. And like I said, we're going to do not like a recap, but like a rehash of that video when the fight week approaches. And I'm going to try to get JD and Evan back on here. And then maybe I was a new mystery guest. I was talking to him. And it won't. John could come too. I would love to have John there, but it's the new mystery guest. He hasn't been on here, and he knows a lot about UFC too. So he's gonna get us dubs. We're all gonna get dubs, and it's gonna be
Oh
a
yeah,
really, really good weekend. It's gonna be one of the best
that's
cards for sure.
that's one of the best sports weekends like in recent history.
For
You got
sure.
the Masters, you got the UFC, and then we got the Formula One Grand Prix in Australia.
And
Crazy.
the start of Monte Carlo, first clay court tournament,
There you go. Yeah,
first big clay court tournament.
big. Yeah, first. Yeah, like actual.
So
Yeah.
that will be it for us at Chase the Ace, and really, like I said, really appreciate it, guys, for that last video. We're gonna keep putting out good content like this, and we're gonna watch this channel grow. See ya.